Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I gotta start with this. Maybe they don't want regular people making big money. For as long as I've been in crypto, people have always said they're never going to let you get rich. They're saying it again today. But here's the thing. I thought we put this to rest a while ago. This kind of went away with the idea of a government buyback or a government seizure of your XRP. They don't care if you get rich, because most people are never going to get to that point. Most people are going to be out way before it happens. Most people are going to sell at $10, more will sell at $20, and so on. Only a fraction of all the XRP holders are really going to make generational wealth. You have to have a game plan if you want to be one of those people. Like I always tell you, there's going to be people telling you the top is in over and over again, only to watch XRP continue to go to higher price points. It's just like when you say, I think XRP can reach 4 digits. Right away, everybody comes out and says, well, based on market cap in previous cycles. But they don't factor in utility. Utility matters most. And it doesn't matter if a fraction of the XRP holders make the really big money. It's like saying they're never going to let Bitcoin holders get rich. Yet we know a lot of people became millionaires and billionaires off Bitcoin. Same thing is going to happen for people holding XRP. But stocks and bonds are the next frontier, says Monica Long. Take a listen.
Payments is also kind of like a base use case for other types of financial services. Like if you think about security settlement, like it triggers a payment at the end of it. So we thought we should tackle this first, but we always did have our sights set on expanding into tackling other types of financial use cases. So capital markets is kind of like a logical place to expand.
So stocks and bonds,
bonds,
yeah.
Exactly.
It was always about taking over the stock market as well. Here's David Schwartz. Our vision for Wall Street 2.0 isn't about doing away with legacy systems altogether. It's about driving innovation while integrating with foundations refined over centuries. Take a listen.
We're trying to build Wall Street 2.0, a new system built on more modern technologies with more modern capabilities. We're going to have to chip away at the obstacles that are preventing the type of interoperability, 24/7 access that we'd like to see. Companies like Ripple have been working on building interoperability with existing legacy systems so that we can meet our customers where they are and we can, start to transform the financial system into something.
And Ondo is going in the same direction. And they're going to tokenize the stock market. That's what they're already planning on doing. This has been talked about multiple times, but it all starts with a stablecoin. Stablecoins could witness exponential growth in response to market and regulatory breakthroughs. This is why a stablecoin is so important. Financial market service providers and institutions. Migration of wholesale market transactional activities on chain. Merchant integration. Stablecoins continue to grow as a mechanism for payment, with some merchants and platforms like PayPal offering stablecoins as an option. Merchants are going to be more likely to accept a stablecoin than a cryptocurrency. In the background, that stablecoin is going to be being moved by something like XRP, a bridge currency. Interest-bearing stablecoins, that's also going to be very big. Think about when you cash out some of your crypto. Maybe you hold it in RLUSD and gain some interest off of just holding a stablecoin. designated capital and liquidity treatment of stablecoins. Then there's bank holding company, permissible of public blockchains. Banks are also going to open up their doors first to a stablecoin. That's how they're going to get exposure to this space. Later, they'll start offering crypto options as well. And their customers, they're most likely already looking at crypto. They just don't want to make that jump yet. There's a lot of people outside of this space that heard of crypto. They're interested in crypto. They just need clarification that crypto has value. Where do they get that from? The banking system, the same system that they've relied on their entire life. Not all of us broke away from the banking system, is what I'm telling you. We broke away from it. We found value in crypto. Other people just need that little bit more of a push to get into this space. Louder calls for Ripple XRP as Swift faces process issues. And I talked about this in a video yesterday, and people said, Swift isn't down. Swift absolutely went down on Friday, and it created a lot of problems. The crazy thing is, this is happening right after Eric Trump was talking about the broken banking system and how broken Swift actually is. And this is also coming at a time where Ripple is gaining a lot of momentum as well. You could already see the shift taking place, and they had a lot of technical failures as well. Swift is broken. That's it. And it needs either an upgrade or we're going to watch a transformation happen where all of Swift's unhappy customers make the shift over to RippleNet and XRP. There is absolutely no confirmation of this because I've looked for it. Ripple, Chris Larsen, and Eric Trump scheduled to meet on May 5th to discuss the process of taking over Swift next month. Analysts anticipate taking over Swift will have a massive impact, making a surge in the value of XRP inevitable. But there's no confirmation of this meeting. And there was no confirmation of Chris Larsen meeting with Paul Atkins either. And I still have not seen anything come from that as well. I think a lot of people want to see a lot of things happen in this space, but a lot of it is just rumor. Eric Trump said Bitcoin is going to have explosive growth soon. The best days of Bitcoin are ahead. He also told people to invest into Ethereum. How did that work out for all those people? Now, why would Eric Trump be pushing Bitcoin if he knows that what's coming? In other words, he knows Swift's broken. He knows that Bitcoin has no chance of ever replacing Swift or even becoming a Swift alternative. So why would he push Bitcoin? Same reason that the rest of the mainstream media news is pushing Bitcoin. It's all about hype. And they talk about it like it's something new all of a sudden as well. They act like, okay, we're now pro-crypto. We're all in on crypto. Let's talk about crypto. Because crypto is absolutely cool to talk about right now. That's the way they look at it. But most of us have been in this space for years. And, you know, I love talking about crypto. I've been talking about it for a long period of time now. But I always thought crypto was it was something cool to invest in. But then I started to realize it's something so much bigger. Why don't they talk about that? Why don't they go on the mainstream media news and say, hey, listen, a new financial system's coming. XRP is going to be the backbone of that system, moving value from point A to point B on a daily basis. No, they don't want to talk about that because all their billionaire friends have money tied up in Bitcoin and they want to cash out. This is like one last ditch effort to cash out of Bitcoin. It's the same reason that Cynthia Loomis is pushing for the US government to buy Bitcoin. Same reason Bitcoin maxis want all of these US states to have a Bitcoin reserve, because they want a bailout. And they know that Bitcoin is just a distraction. The disruptor is XRP. This comes from Michael Branch. With XRP's widespread adoption growing across the DeFi ecosystem, the total amount of XRP locked in automated market maker AMM pools has reached 14,140,665 XRP as of May 2nd, according to the latest data from on-chain monitoring firm XRP Scan. There is definitely a lot of interest in the AMM pools as well. That interest is going to continue to rise. I told you a while ago, those AMM pools are eventually going to give value to XRP, because whenever something is locked away for any period of time, it's off the open market. Same reason that I keep telling people those dark pools where people are buying up these massive amounts of XRP, eventually it's going to show up in the price of XRP. 4 mouthwatering signs Ripple's XRP price is about to rip in May. Everybody's talking about May right now. It's just like they talked about April last month. April's going to be huge for crypto, but it wasn't that big after all. This cycle is changing a lot of things, and I think it's because the market is maturing. I think what's going on is the days of speculation and hype are coming to an end gradually. So XRP buyers in the money, even crypto traders who bought XRP on New Year's Eve just before the height of the crypto bull run in January, were up around 5% to start the month. But what about now? So they talk about an XRP bullish inverse bear and shoulders pattern. They're saying a breakout is coming this month, and they're expecting the price to go above $3. Eric Trump slammed Swift. That was a big deal for XRP. XRP future ETF approvals. That's going to be big. We just got to see when Atkins gives the go-ahead on these spot XRP ETFs. XRP moving averages, strong buy to start May. Right now, XRP looks very good, and I'm hoping that we break out from here. I want to see the breakout begin. I want to get that confirmation that the breakout is now on, and I want to see us go into price discovery. Because once that happens, that solidifies where we go from there. Are we going to hit double digits? Absolutely, I see that happening. Are we going to hit 3 digits? A lot has to happen for us to go to 3 digits. People are still saying January, February 2026 is when we will see 3 digits. If you're looking for $10 plus for XRP, that's going to happen by the end of this year. Everything is pointing in that direction right now. Nothing has changed. Even though XRP is going sideways right now, we're still following the 2017-2018 run. But so far, this run has been very different from all previous runs. And people notice it now. You know, in previous runs, people would say we're in a pause. We're waiting for the next breakout to begin. Right now, we're like, hey, what happened to the breakout in April? What happened to the big breakout that was supposed to happen in March? People said this cycle was going to end in January, and it hasn't even really begun yet. Even Bitcoin, people are waiting for the breakout on Bitcoin as well. It's not just XRP and these altcoins. A lot of people still think that Ethereum is going to break above 4K to solidify that we are now in alt season. But there's really no hype for that as well. Here's what I always tell people. Whenever you look at the market and it's going sideways, don't get discouraged. You know what's coming already. Prepare for that now. Because once excitement hits you and you're looking at your portfolio and it keeps going higher and higher and higher, you're not going to have time to put your game plan together. You're not going to have time to think clearly on what you want to do next. And if you do put a game plan together, write it down and stick to it. Because that's the best way, if you're going to take profit, the best way to stick to the plan and take profit at different price points. If you plan on staying in XRP until we get to the higher numbers, stick to that plan as well. And passive income options, they're going to continue to open up throughout the rest of this year. I'm waiting for a real good one. Once I see one that I'm going to get into, I'm going to talk about it on this channel. Right now, there's a lot of different ones out there. Some people like them. Other people say the returns aren't high enough that they'd want to risk anything. I want risk-free to share with you. I don't want to see you lose even one XRP. That's the way I look at it. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.